Hello and welcome to Nana's Crafty Home. My name is Tanya. Today's tutorial is going to show you the crab stitch, also known as the reverse single crochet. I'm going to be showing you how to complete this very simple stitch that is a variation of the single crochet stitch to create an excellent edging for blankets, baskets, and all kinds of other projects. For today's tutorial, I am using some Shine worsted weight yarn in sweet potato colorway. You're also going to need a size I or a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You can use any size weight yarn that you would like for your project as long as you use a coordinating size crochet hook. Let's go ahead and get started. So to get started, I've worked a sample here in single crochet. You can use this stitch, the crab stitch, on the top of any stitch. So it doesn't have to be single crochet. You can use it on the top of half double, double crochet as a finished edge. But I did work up a sample of single crochet here. So I'm not going to turn after my last row because with the crab stitch you are working in reverse. So I am just going to be working my single crochet in the opposite direction. Typically you would have turned and begun working down the other side, but instead I'm going to be working backwards essentially. So I'm going to be inserting my hook into that previous stitch. I'm going to skip the stitch that's right underneath this loop that's on my hook, and I'm going to insert my hook into this stitch right behind it. The trick with this one, and what's going to make it a little awkward at first, is the angle that you're going to need to come in order to work in reverse. So I'm going to angle my hook down and into that stitch, and then I'm going to pull up a loop till I have two loops on my hook, and then yarn over and pull through both loops. And I've completed my first reverse single crochet. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, working in that stitch right behind the one I just worked, angling my hook down into that stitch, pulling up a loop. You're going to want to keep these loops on the right side of your previous stitch. So these are those loops from the stitch that I just worked, and you're going to keep your loops on the right side. Yarn over, pull through both loops. Insert your hook into that previous stitch, pull up a loop, pull through both. And you're just going to continue repeating that on down your row. Where you're going to have to practice a little bit more is keeping your loops on that right side of your work and angling your hook in order to insert your hook properly into that stitch. You can see after I've worked several of these stitches that it's giving it a nice finished edge. And you're just going to keep repeating that same sequence all the way down your row. I also want to show you how to complete this stitch if you're working it in the round. So I use this stitch at the top of my little pumpkin basket, my little black cat treat cup, and sometimes you can get a little funky edge there at the join, and I just want to show you how to complete that. So I've worked my last stitch with my final reverse single crochet, and if I were to just leave it this way, it'd be broken. They wouldn't be connected. So I want to connect those stitches to give this a nice even finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be inserting my hook into that first loop, that first stitch that I didn't work into from the beginning of that round, and I'm going to slip stitch to complete, and then just tighten this loop up and that will finish your edge. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today. Thanks so much for being with me. As always, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you never miss a new video. Thanks everyone. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.